All right, guys, what's going on, man? It's your boy Cide Kazama from War and Peace 210. Got the homie with me. He's an artist, definitely an entrepreneur, definitely trying to show the city something, definitely trying to bring something new to the city. I want my homeboy to introduce himself. Tell him who you are and what you're all about, my man.
Sticka Mike. It's your boy Sticka Mike over here, showing love to my boy Game. Thanks you for having me. Can't wait to jump to it.
For sure, man. Hey, it's a lot going on right now, so I kind of we're gonna definitely get into some things. First, I want to talk to you about video games. I know you're a gamer, right? What kind of games are you into?
I'm a lifetime PlayStation. You know, I do PlayStation since 1, 2, 3. You know.
Yeah. What's some of the better games you can say, just to give people an idea? What's some of your favorites?
Man, I mean, Mortal Kombat is one of my all times.
Right.
And I love I love the Batman saga, Batman saga of those games, the Arkham City, you know, all that Arkham Knight, man. Those games, of course, gave birth to Spider-Man that everyone was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So Batman did that shit first, and so definitely the Batman series.
Okay, because I think I'm more of an RPG guy. I was talking to one of my friends about it. And I'm definitely a big RPG guy because my aunt and my grandmother play video games like crazy. Like still to this day, they're like hardcore gamers. It's ridiculous.
Damn.
So,
okay.
They used to play all the old Final Fantasies and all that stuff on back in the day. So I grew up watching them play that. So then I was like, oh, I want to know. And then later on in the years, Final Fantasy VII happened. Legend of Legaia happened, and I was like, oh man, this is cool. But I remember being in school trying to be cool, so it wasn't cool to be that kind of gamer. You had to play NBA Live, you had to play Mortal Kombat Street, it was levels.
NFL Madden, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't do that. So nobody knew that I knew how to strategize and destroy and save the planet.
I think the nerdiest game you could be known to play was Smash Brothers or something. Mario was
but today that's the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, no.
Hey, that's the coolest
I mean, I can tell you right now, if you were into those kind of games, you were definitely a different level kind of gamer. Even now, I wouldn't consider myself a hardcore gamer, and because I think really I see Xbox as those computer people gamers, you know, that are more into not into really a story of things, but just the stuff you can do on a game. Let's do it. PlayStations, you know, we like the luxury stuff, you know, wow us with your graphics and stuff. So I wouldn't consider myself a gamer, but I can understand doing that kind of stuff, playing those kind of games. Right. I wasn't into open world kind of games back then growing up, just because that's too much to do. Just give me something to shoot. I'm done, bro. Why I got to do all this side mission stuff? It took me a while to get into that open world stuff. So for you to be into that kind of stuff, you were a different.
Oh yeah, I was into it as a kid, young, really young. So my cousin, I would play Tekken and Street Fighter with him and whoop on his ass. And then when I get tired of that, I go play my sit-down strategy game. So I was playing Zelda, all the way through. I was playing all that stuff. So I was a different kind of guy. I just wasn't Pokemon card level. It wasn't Magic.
I feel you.
Because that was the point. There was a point 98, 99, where it was everybody all of a sudden, it was how Pokemon Go was. When Pokemon Go happened and everybody was outside, it was it was just like that.
Something about Pokemon, man.
So I remember that. So for me, it was different, but I used to play those. So me and the homie were talking yesterday, and we were like, yo, what is going to be the thing that separates PlayStation and Xbox this time? Because we've seen this battle 2, 3 other times, you know? So what is separated? What's going to be? Because what's Xbox is this? We had the Xbox, we had the 360, Xbox One, and now we got this new Xbox. And then we had PlayStation 1 through 5. The 5th one's coming out. What is happening?
I've actually done more research on the PlayStation end. Yeah. So from what I know on the PlayStation, this thing is going to be a beast. And you have the option to choose between an all digital console or the standard typical, you know, physical console where you can still get the games, you still go to stores, you can still insert CD. But I'm interested in the digital one where it looks more like a the internet what is it? The internet, the box for the internet. Like it's just
yeah. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name, but I
it
know
looks
exactly what you're talking about.
it looks so sleek and
Yeah,
everything is so digital and online that that's where the future's going. That just looks so freaking badass.
yeah,
So that right there, the option right at the gate, like you get to choose which one you want.
right.
I thought was badass compared to the Xbox. And then from what I hear, now Xbox was the first to like go cross platform kind of thing, or was it Nintendo? I think it was Nintendo first, and then
I think it was
Xbox.
Nintendo, but it might Xbox was so much later. Like it was
Yeah,
so much that happened before the first Xbox happened that like when it got here, it was like, okay, I see what we're doing. Like
yeah.
it was really easy to kind of figure it out. Because I remember, like if you can remember too, remember when the very first Xbox happened and everybody
Oh,
was talking shit about it? It was like, can you believe Microsoft? They think they got
it
something.
was it was so fat, and it was like just a big box with an X,
Yeah,
like such just the cheesiest thing, just an X with a circle that said Xbox.
yeah.
You know, it was so basic. It had no, but that's how I see it with Xbox and PlayStation. Like Xbox, they didn't care about all the aesthetic looks of it. They're not here to wow you. We're
Yeah.
here to show you the software, the
As long
things you
as
can
it's a
do.
box with
Like,
an X on it.
and that's how it was. It didn't shy away from anything. You know, but yeah, I remember that. I remember the commercials. There's like a box with the X. This looks
Yeah,
like some
it's like really?
ass shit right there. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go with the PlayStation.
yeah. PlayStation. We just played PlayStation 2. We already here. That's
Yeah.
really what it was, man. I hear the PlayStation 5 is going to be cross compatible. It's going to be able to
Yes,
play all the PlayStation games ever. And if that's the
I
case,
heard.
catalog.
I heard at least from PlayStation 2 to 3 to 4, at least. I haven't heard anything about PlayStation 1 if
If
it's
they
gonna
don't have
play those
PlayStation
games.
1, that's not
But
fair.
I don't see how they couldn't, because that's that's Spyro, that's Crash
Right.
Bandicoot. You know, that's a lot of iconic games that came
Yeah.
out from PlayStation 1.
Yeah, man. I think if they can't include, I think they're going to have to include. They got PlayStation 1 games on PS4 now, digital. You know what I
But
mean?
yeah,
So if they can
can
do
you
that, I think it's possible.
what a time to be alive. Like imagine even the adults when we were kids that got into video game. But now imagine you just turn on your PlayStation and you can zip into a library of generations of
Mhm.
games and play just right there online, like at
Yeah.
your fingertips. Like what you
One
gonna do?
thing I'm definitely working on is I'm trying to get like I'm gonna get Twitch at some point because I got like retro games like crazy, and I want to have. If we didn't have this stupid ass COVID thing going on, I'd have people over, man. We'd be playing like Streets of Rage and all that old stuff. Like I got Madden '95 right now. Like no lie. I was literally at the store the other day about to buy Madden '94 just because.
Uh-huh. You know, it's possible, and I'll tell you the MacGyver way. I'll let you in. The MacGyver way to do this is you take your cell phone, right, and you aim it at the screen, the TV that you're playing on, and
Yeah,
that's going to take up this entire space. You
right.
make that screen the main one, you know,
Yeah,
so everyone can play online, right? And
right,
watch it.
right, right. That'd be
Nah,
good. That might work.
that'd be cool, but
Hell yeah. I want to try it though, because like I said, I got a mad cartridges. I haven't even unpacked it. Like we moved and it's still in a box. Like I haven't undid my DVDs or my cartridge games or none of that yet. Because once I start doing that, it's like, what? And you know, once you start taking that out, you want to play it. So like,
yeah.
if I start taking out Madden and Live '96, like I have that. You know what I mean? But I got Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, I got Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter. Like I got
See,
all this.
were you more Street Fighter or MK?
I was more Street Fighter because my cousin was more Mortal Kombat. My cousin was Mortal
Ah,
Kombat. He had that shit on lock, dog. He knew all the codes because he bought all the magazines. Hence how old we
man,
are.
even that, like back then, like you had to get magazines to get
Yeah,
these codes.
yeah.
You
That's
know what I
how old
mean?
we are, guys. That's how we're telling
You
them.
had to you had to actually play the game to unlock stuff. Not like now you can just
Yeah,
buy it right out the gate. Like, oh, I got
right.
the game and I
Just
bought
buy
this
DLC.
package. without doing shit. Like, come on.
Yeah, nah, man, you had to like work hard and struggle through it, man. It was real. So
Yeah,
yeah,
like with
so
Mortal Kombat, you go through those graveyards trying to find those, extra credit
yeah, like that was
of
not an
content.
option. You had to win. The goal was
Hours.
kill it, kill it. Man, you have no idea. That's some things I let my younger sister, because my younger sister's into video games too. And whenever she comes over, I make her play something super old and super hard. Just so I can be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. You feel it. You feel all of it. You respect it. This is real. I used to do this every day. You complain it in 2 hours. You shut your mouth. What are you talking about?
Learn how to double jump.
You know what I mean? You gotta figure it out, man. Forget that. But yeah, so I wanted to ask you that for sure because I know I'm gonna probably have a PS5 for sure. I'm not even looking at the Xbox. I'm just like you. I researched the PlayStation. I'm not even going over there. I've been PlayStation since the first one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing.
I mean, but I think it's all gonna go VR anyways. Like that console is gonna end up being something that we just put on some case to cover our eyes.
Yeah.
And it's all gonna be smaller anyways. Like, but I definitely gonna go over the PlayStation just because like they've always just catered more to the visual stuff, and that's what I'm all about.
Yeah, I like that too, man. I'm the same way, man. I gotta make sure I have it and feel it, man. I need all of that at all times. It's gonna be awesome though, because I think, man, like I play like games like Legend of Legaia, bro. You don't even know. You don't even know. This is real. This is serious. You know how many times I've saved this earth, bro? How many times I've saved your life, bro? You don't even know. Real. Oh man, but no, man. I had to make sure I asked you that. Another thing I want to talk to you about, since it's me and you as two guys, a lot of talk's been going on about Miss Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, bro. What the? First of all, just as two guys, I want to do this. We have to do this. What the hell is this, man? I feel like this guy just got some, fell in love the first time, and then he just never passed on. Because what? I mean, it's Jada Pinkett. We're not gonna act like it's not Jada. Like I saw Inkwell. I saw Set It Off. I saw all the sexiness. I saw Jason Sudeikis. I saw all that. You know what I'm saying? I saw all them scenes. I was there for it. But I've gotten some in my life too, more than a few times. And can definitely say that is not the one thing that made me say, you know what, I think I just love the shit out of you. I have walked out of the whole fucking room afterwards. Like, the fuck? No, that's not it. It was a good time, though. Appreciate it, but that's not.
Yeah, man. They've always had, from what I've known, a peculiar or interesting relationship, man. Like I remember years ago, hearing a report, like with Jada. I want to say when like The Matrix. Was she in the second one? Right, second one.
Yeah.
Like when that came out, one interview was somebody was asking like, oh, reports of like Will, with somebody else, and she was like, if he does something and he feels bad about it, then he should tell me. That's just how it goes. Like it's all about that kind of message. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if he feels like he's doing something wrong,
you should be able
all
to
right.
have that conversation. I told my wife, I said, listen, if that's really, because like I've never been the one to just be like in relationships like that. So if I get in one, the shit is real. This is serious. This is real. Because I can 100% check all this shit and just go do what the fuck I want to do. You know what I mean? But I know that. So I'm not being an asshole or nothing, but I know that I can do that. So for me, if I'm gonna be in a relationship, it's gonna be serious. I'm not here fucking playing. Like I get it. It's you and then it's million trillion females outside. I get it. But I personally realized I always had to tell my wife, like, a lot of this shit is just you. Because I'm not looking like that. I'm not paying attention. You looked at that chick and was like, she's hot. And then looked at me and said, oh, this you, and then had a whole moment. And I have nothing to do with this moment. Yeah. So I always have to say that, or, just explain it. Because I feel like if I see it, I see it. Let's be real. if the one girl in the world thing, it is a beautiful song. It is a beautiful song. 100% great song. But not fucking real. You know what I'm saying? You're no guy walking around talking about the only guy in the world. The fuck, we know better. There's a bunch of fucking people out here. Working out with muscles and shit, with his chest all up and shit. I can't do nothing with that. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It's what it is. I'm not that guy. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't have a thing about it.
I know that ain't me. I get it.
Yeah, so but I think as guys, we don't have a whole thing about it. I think it's the girls. But man, wrong. You tell me what you think, man. I want to know.
Man, yeah, that's definitely obviously that has to do with a lot of things, really. That could be insecurities on so many different kind of levels. But as far as like, it's just not a thing with guys. But I don't know if it's just because I guess the levels that they're holding it is physical traits, and we don't hold it that way. I guess it's more of like, what are they doing, and are they doing something that's better than what I am doing or presenting or displaying?
She's just walking.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, she's walking. You need to walk different? What kind of shit is that? That doesn't make sense. But for me, that's me. I'm like, what are you talking about? She got leggings on. So does that one over there. And that shit over there too. And you know what? Not all leggings are for everybody. I'm just being, I have seen some bullshit leggings out here. Being 100%. She has too, but she not gonna say it. If I say it, it becomes I'm slender or women. She said it's like, no, but really, come on.
Right.
So, you know, it's all kind of other shit, but I feel like with this whole, like we were talking about with the whole Jada and Will thing, like, for one, first of all, this has nothing to fucking do with anybody, right?
True.
100%. Will Smith is sitting there like, man, just do this shit so we can go back and fucking eat sandwiches and stuff, because I don't want to be here. This is stupid. We're doing this because you feel like you need to cleanse your soul and do a whole stupid ass thing, and I'm just here to be like, okay, hurry up. Say what you did so we can get the hell out of here, man. Stop it. You know what I mean? And I feel like that as men, sometimes that's like a thing with us, like for us to be able to do that, because I know I've been told, just me personally, like women have told me that I dated, it's like they like the fact that I'm able to say, cut this shit out. What are you doing? What the fuck is that? Stop it. No, we're not doing this shit. That's petty. No. you must be
dating some crazy women.
I did. I cannot lie to you, my friend. I 100% did. Lord, one of them.
If they like that, then they must be going to some.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like I'm trying to be fucking like, or they're like being petty all the time, but like
right.
Like it's something like, and it's not even me being like over the top demanding, like being fucking chill. Like it's not even like, it's just like the fact that they like the fact that like when they do some shit, I see it and say, what the fuck, hey.
Yeah, able to call them out.
Somebody else wouldn't do that.
Right,
I guess the other guy there wouldn't do that, or they've been dealing with people that don't do that. You know what I mean? So that's how I take it. So when I'm doing it, I'm not doing it to be an asshole, to be all over anybody. I'm usually saying it to be like, no, that was really stupid. You thought that was a thing? No.
Yeah, no, definitely.
No, we can't do that.
Yeah, definitely able to call them out on certain things and like, all right, you right.
Yeah, you got sometimes, you know, but it's not. Yeah. I don't think it's overzealous or being over the top. I just think the way that could have been handled was 100% already handled, and in fucking August decided to confess his love, and then it just fucked everything up.
But would you put that on them or the media?
I would put that on August and the media. Because the media wouldn't even be talking about this shit if this fool hadn't came out here talking like he was all whipped up. You know what I mean?
I don't think it would be that big of a story that it is if it wasn't for.
If it wasn't Jada, oh God, they've been waiting to put this shit on her. People have been waiting to point the finger at Jada or something.
See, I don't see. That's what I mean. Like, but they don't really do enough to put that much, like, that's what I mean. If for COVID, there's not enough going around. Like there would have been a lot of stories going right now. The NBA, all these things preparing for, and if this story would have broke out from August, it would have been like just a little minor tabloid thing. But since there's nothing else to talk about, and it's associated to Will Smith, we got to drag this out to like story number one.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I just think that it should have been, it was all the way, another way to do it. I don't think he needed to personally just come out here talking to everybody. He should have just went to his fucking therapist and did this shit. We don't really fucking care. Because only thing that happened was everybody with nothing to do is talking shit about it. It's women with nobody at their damn house talking shit about what the fuck going on with Jada. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's women that can't keep somebody to sit at the house to talk to them, and they want to tell somebody else what the hell they do. No, we're not doing that. We gotta cut that shit out. It's so stupid. It's folks with no man, with nothing. They've been talking cash money shit, and then this happened. And now she feel like, oh well, then fuck it, whatever. You know what I mean? We can't have this. We can't have this stupid shit. You know what I mean? This is 100% their thing, their situation, and it should have stayed there. When the shit came out, personally, somebody should have pulled up on August and be like, say, cuz, what the fuck? What was that? What was that?
So you're saying Will Smith should have gotten Martin Lawrence and pulled out a whole Bad Boys for Life moment?
Bro, you could have did a whole mini movie right there, bro. Whole mini skit right there, easily. You remember how they did Reggie in Bad Boys 2? Oh, man. They did August Alsina like that, that would have been hilarious. All day just laughing at that shit. That'd have been great. But no, man, I saw his face and I saw Will's face, and I felt like he was like, yo, can you just fucking come on, man. I'm ready to go. This is dumb.
I mean, it's Will Smith. Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
To know that even that you're Will Smith, like, what is this?
Yeah, because it's
like you're being if I was an outlaw, one of the most wanted men, and finding out I'm only worth $100 when like I'm trying to shoot for 10,000. Like, what is this story? This tabloid story with me? Come on, get this over with.
Right.
Will Smith.
Not even, yeah, I wouldn't care about this.
Not worth my name on it.
Hell yeah. So I'm with you, man. I see that shit because I'm not hearing it, dog. I don't think they should be in their face like that. But what do you say to everybody else? Because the rest of the world, the rest of the like industry, you know how pretend a lot of the industry is. So they think this shit is cool. You know what I'm saying? I've literally, since COVID happened, I've watched girls and guys go from like this ultimate king shit, like this, especially amongst black people. Some reason we walking amongst each other calling each other's king and shit. No, sir. I am not calling another man king ever. Not even fucking Black Panther. And I like it. Not calling another man king. But I'm not doing that. But that started happening. And then one thing I noticed too is like in music, like hip hop, as far as like with the women, it turned into be really cool to be the one talking about like, you gonna take this bitch's man from him. That has been pretty cool for the last few years. I don't know why. I feel like it's supposed to be like it was supposed to be like a turnaround to how the guys were doing it. I feel like that's what it was, but then it stayed. It became the main thing, whereas mainstream, like there's other female rappers who do great shit and real great lyricism, but they're not getting that opportunity, whereas you throw twerk anything. It just all the name has to be twerk mania, anything, twerk sandwich. And you put that as the name of the song, and you don't really have. I feel like you could have to try, but you don't have to fucking. All we're doing is talking about throwing ass in the circle. Everybody likes that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's a hard thing. So I respect what the women are doing as far as taking control of their shit, but then. Because I don't even like when dudes be talking about how they gonna take somebody's girl from them. Because most of the time, them same guys, when the shit happen to them, they be all balled up and hurt inside. You're talking the most shit, but then they get cheated on. They're like, oh my God, I don't know. And then they start writing love songs and shit. You know what I mean? So I think the females is to the point. I do the same thing with them. I don't really want to hear about you talking that shit. It's cool every now and then, but when I start hearing folks talking about flued out and shit, I was like, nah, cuz. Nah, cuz. You ain't gonna talk regular ass English. You gonna get rich and keep talking? Nope. Hell no. Tap out.
The world of love is a crazy place, bro.
Oh hell.
Crazy place.
No. But I'm telling you, man, this is definitely a good time though. It's definitely cool as shit because it's a good time for everything, but the music can't come out because everybody's scared to be what is it? To be the leader. Everybody was pretending leader before, but now they realize you really need to stand up about something. You ain't been standing up for shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely the in the hip hop world right now, the content of music, if any, that's asked to come out, the content has definitely been requested to be stepped up. You know, if you're gonna release music, how about not some bad bitches and hoes and rolling down with some grills in my mouth, flashing all this stuff? Like, ain't no 6ix9ine ain't gonna be surviving at this time right now.
No.
If you're gonna be putting any kind of music out, it needs to has some substance to it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be, want to be jumping in like that.
Not some lying shit. You know, I feel like it's gonna take for people to not be lying a lot. What is your thought on that? Like, as far as people going into the industry being, I'm the realest nigga, I'm the realest person, I'm the realest whatever. What's your thought on that when they get into it and find out that everybody's pretending?
Man, it's one of those like an artist. I would say if we're talking about T.I., right?
Mm-hmm.
Real motherfucker that's getting into industry, been in the industry for a while, so I'm sure he's come across all kinds of people in the industry. But to realize how artificial it is and try to adapt to something like that, I would take it more as like, damn, it's that easy though. Like, hear me out. Like, you think it's so hard to get there, but once you're there and you realize all you got to do is play this role or do this certain thing to get attention, okay, then that's all I got to do. Like,
right.
And a lot of artists have done it for a period of time and then come back and do the kind of stuff that they want to do. Right. But for someone real coming into the game and realizing just how fake it really is, that's what some of them don't last long because, like, take Bow Wow for instance. Like, Bow Wow, I think he's underrated in a sense that he is a talent because when he was young, he was spitting bars, whether it was written for him or not. Like, at this point, written for you or not is doesn't matter anymore. If you can deliver it, then that's all that matters for this piece of art. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, as an artist, so at a young age, for him to deliver those kind of bars and deliver that kind of character at that age, like he had it down. Like that dude, that kid, like, had, when I first heard him, I was like, man, this kid's gonna end up being somebody. Yeah. And then he had that mentality of that real from the street, from the hood. I mean, he had Snoop Dogg around him, Exhibit. He had all this kind of influence of real motherfuckers around him. He had these real motherfuckers around him when he wasn't real like that, but he was just so influenced by it. And when the entertainment business was starting to change to more pop, more fake, like, he was like, nah, I'm about that real stuff. Nah, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna do real. All right, do your real thing, bro, but this is where the money's at. And he just got left behind. Right. And so people coming into the real, you got to understand, like, yeah, like, you may have one real hit song. I mean, even J. Cole came out with Who Dat, and that was his first single. And I thought that single was dope as fuck. But when he went up to Nas, when he went up to Nasty Nas was like, oh, bro, that was you? I thought that shit was garbage. And
then he did the fucking I Let Nas Down? Oh.
And then he did I Let Nas Down. And from that point on, we had Cold World. You know what I mean? So it's one of those, like, if you want to survive, you got to adapt, and it's wherever you get placed in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hear you. That's dope though. That's cool. That it's just it's okay. It aggravates me because as somebody, I'm not gonna act like I'm like the fucking most thugged out ass fucking person. I'm not that fucking guy. I'm not gonna pretend that, but I'm not no
Right.
fucking pushover neither.
I mean, first of all, that the idea of that, like what that whole introduction
Yeah.
is like, you know, I could say, man, I'm from a hood. I'm from the
Right.
West Side, but there's people that are deeper in the West Side that would say, nah, you're not from the West Side.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is though, is that it doesn't take somebody real to shoot somebody. You know, it doesn't take a real nigga. You know, it doesn't take a real motherfucker to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what you realize is that gangster stuff, that thug stuff that we put as, oh, that's what's real.
Yeah.
That's what makes you like willing to put your life at risk. That doesn't make you a thug or
I
a
know.
gangster.
Yeah, but I'm thinking
Like,
I'm thinking more like because I'm seeing that more outlandish shit. Like motherfuckers with big ass rifles that if they really shot that shit, it'd knock their stupid ass over. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking
yeah, okay,
about fucking like the dumb shit. The one
I feel you.
like the ones that like my personal favorite is the person that I'll get into it with somebody and this motherfucker will be like, he'll stand up, be like, think I'm scared of you? And I'll throat chop him right there. How much did fear stop that? You fucking what are you
Right,
doing?
right. I mean, okay, so there's a difference between like thug and gangster and a banger. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like there's different, I guess, professions or occupations
Like
in the
levels.
life of the street. You know what I mean? So
Right.
thug is not the same as a gangster. You
Uh-huh.
know what I mean? It's like they're just opposite things. So like, I guess when you're talking real, which one? I guess what value? I don't know. Is it what makes
I
it better?
always say it depends on the person.
Like with
Because
50
depending on the
getting
individual.
shot 9 times, like
Yeah.
if he didn't get shot 9 times, would he still be considered like as hard?
Right. Who would you be? Would he have to work extra hard? Or is it just like, no, he got
Right.
shot 9 times. He made it. He got it. He got real bullets. Like, is that the thing? Or is like that's what fucks me up, is because then it goes into people making the shit up. Then it becomes like somebody is just saying a story or making a story about some shit, and they're not really. It's not even the fact that he built for it. It's the fact that you thought of this shit and thought it was okay to play with. Like I got a homeboy. He was a Crip actually, and I talked to him and I said, "Dog, how is it that somebody can be in the industry playing the Crip game and playing this whole shit, and you see him, you know that shit ain't it, and then he come through and nobody say nothing to him? Because in my mind, pull up as soon as he come to the city. You know what I'm saying? That's me.
Right.
But I'm like when they had that years ago when 6ix9ine came down here and them dudes was about to pull up on him, I was on their side. I was like, yeah, hell yeah. Like, please get this weak ass motherfucker, please. But then when I found out how they did it, I was like, oh fuck, I don't know. But that's somebody at a level of some shit that not everybody's gonna do. They meant that.
Yeah.
They were not playing. They meant that. So when I see somebody pretending or acting like a tough guy, no, I don't like that shit. I've been like this since I was a child. I've never liked people to be around me. It's not even being a tough guy, because you don't have to be. You don't have to be a tough guy. You can be a regular fucking guy just hanging out, talking shit. You do not have to be this fucking guy all the time.
It's the crazy part about everything, really. But if we focus on the music, like right now with what we're going through with this whole COVID and how everything is stopped and everything now is up for reflection, music wise. Now we hear stories like 6ix9ine. You know, we hear these background. Now we're more in tune with what goes on behind the curtains. So we start to realize more that these people aren't as hard as they say they are, or even the people that say they are as hard. We can now see how powerful they are. So I think like that idea of a rapper is someone that's real, or a rapper that does that kind of music is someone that's actually from the streets. That idea, I don't think is going to exist anymore. Like when a new rapper comes on and he has like the heavy chains and it's a young cat like rapping all that kind of stuff, the immediate thought isn't going to be like, oh, he's real. Like when Gates, when Gates first came out, like my when I first saw him, I didn't think he was like somebody real. Like I think he was someone that was creative, that wasn't from a fortunate background, but he was creative enough to create this character. Now, learning more about him, like you realize, he's a real dude.
Yeah.
But that again, throughout the time, it doesn't last. Like at some point, he was asked or presented the option: either stick with what you are or adapt and present something new.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So so listening to that, I'm thinking more because like I've been watching these. I'm actually need to shout out to these guys. They got a joint on Facebook called the Hot Box. Shout out to them.
Plug.
They got a joint. It's a show. It has all San Antonio artists or Texas artists. I think it's San Antonio. I want to say it's just San Antonio, right? And I'm watching them. I'm watching Main Street. I'm watching both. I'm watching people who have to do this themselves at the house, and then I'm watching people who get issued money or have the money or whatever the case. And what I'm seeing is a lot of, and poverty when you see it. You see it when it's not what the fuck happened. So
right.
I got to the point where I got tired of seeing people that I know that this isn't, you're not living this luxury life, but you got this persona of this ghetto fabulous fucking life.
Right. We all know him. We all know him. We all know some.
Yeah. So I get that, but I'm so far into making sure that you're being yourself that when I see somebody with the big money phone and the bullshit, and then you in the fucking house and your shit look crazy in the back, it's like, yo, the big money and the crazy bullshit in the back don't match. You know what I'm saying? Because one of the main things is, how the fuck do you get money and then start pretending to be broke? What kind of shit is that? Or how do you be broke and pretend to be rich? Because you don't know what the fuck that is. You don't know what that look like. You still at Burlington's and shit. You know what I'm saying? You at City Trends and shit. You not out here. You know what I'm saying? So that's my issue, is when I'm 100% with the team. I'm with everybody in the city doing what they need to do as far as music, doing the whole bag, presenting yourself. But I'm honestly tired of seeing where when I was a kid rapping, there was always like 20 more guys that wanted to rap, but they never rapped. They'd come up to me and tell me, dog, I wish I could rap, and they never fucking rapped. Now those 20 fucking guys are rapping. And that's aggravating shit, because I'm sitting here writing this shit, writing it hard, going after it. And then this fucking guy comes in with, he's not even singing, he's just harmonizing, and he's not even saying shit. He's not saying nothing. Now, don't get it fucked up. Back in the day, we had motherfuckers that wasn't saying nothing. It was just, we had that shit. We had it. Lil Jon wasn't saying no fucking thing, and he said it 2 times every song.
I was going to say Soulja Boy.
Oh, I didn't fuck with him at all. I never fucked with him. Not from when he started dancing to the Purple Pistol. Not one time. And then last year when he tried to come out yelling at everybody, talking about they saturating the fucking game, I was like, you big old bitch. You and that Purple Pistol need to go to the house. Chill out. Out here hollering at folks. Man, he's about to get his ass whooped and walking around in the room pretending like a blood and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, cuz. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Can't deal with that. That's what I mean, though. That was one of the things that, like, I saw him being the dancer, being the fucking, I was like, he's a kid. Of course he grew up. But why is it that it goes from everybody who was a kid and was an artist or something, they grow up, and now all of a sudden ask these hoes what that pussy hitting for? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Yeah. Why is that big? You turn 18, now you cuss. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't like that.
I see music in so many different levels. How I see it, the reason why that music has grown so much is, well, for one, it only exists because there's a proven market there for it. So how I see it is it's doing its job convincing like young young kids, I would say like 18 and younger, convincing them to just spend money. Look at me, spend money, spend money, spend money. So, I mean, economically speaking, just keep the people spending money. All right, cool.
Right, right.
Uh, so I see it as like, well, and then of course the artistic way of looking at it, like if you're an artist and you don't have a substance of your character, like I'm gonna rap either about street stuff, or I'm gonna rap about party stuff. Like if you don't have your own identity and you don't have any kind of direction whatsoever, rapping about something simple as just rhyming words, as long as it's talking about spending money on things you don't have, anybody can do that,
Yeah,
obviously.
right.
So, but it also goes to show that the the market just changed to how things sound. Obviously, the number one thing is the beat. You got to have a dope ass beat. You don't have a dope ass beat, you ain't got a chance. From after that, it goes to your how it sounds, how you sound doing it. And I don't care what you got to say, as long as what you're saying sounds cool. And then thirdly, if it does sound cool and you're actually saying words and they actually rhyme, you're done.
Yeah.
And that's the industry how it is now, which I'm cool with. That's cool. I'm more on the side of how about we make a name for its own genre then? Like how about we call it bubblegum music and its own thing. So all right, if a new one comes up and we say, yo, check out this new bubblegum song, I'm gonna be like, yo, this is a dope bubblegum song. Now I know that this is its genre. That's what I'm talking about.
Hip hop. You're not gonna want no rap. No rapper's gonna want to be the fucking bubblegum rapper guy. Nobody wants to be the first one. Nobody.
No,
Because then everybody's gonna call you the bubblegum guy.
Well, there's a lot of these people that became the first that didn't want to be known as the first, or maybe that wasn't the first thing. Even when Soulja Boy, Soulja Boy came out, he was the first of what he was, and it was like that's not any what rapper wanted to be known as or be seen as, but
and then everybody did it. Yeah.
He started, all these freaking dances, all these freaking crank that's like he was the first to do it. So I mean,
Man,
the first to be the bubblegum rapper.
So much because she used to listen to that fucking Bird Walk song, and I hated her. I hated the shit out of her. Or that other song, he had some shit she used to just play all the time, and I'm like, cut that shit. No, yeah, turn some Jeezy on in here, man. Start cooking up, man. We play it. Shit, then hear this soft ass shit, man. Hell no. But that kind of thing happened, and then also just in like TV. I don't think Love and Hip Hop helped shit. I think it got mad people like who wasn't doing other shit, got them paid and shit. Like it's cool if it's like soap operas and shit. But nah, I don't like this shit. I don't like 40-year-old women fighting for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, I don't
place to fight. That's dumb as fuck. I've never seen that.
I never put much stock or faith in the trash TV to begin with.
Yeah.
Because I think all that stuff is staged and amplified out the course. So I mean, when it came to Love and Hip Hop,
I hate that. I don't like it. I think it's bad on anybody. Because my whole thing is when I went and lived overseas and I came home, of course, I sucks. I keep talking about being a fucking child on this show. But whenever I came back and the lady was like asking me like hip hop shit, like shit she saw in the music video, like what's the hood? What is a twerk?
Uh-huh.
What is a joint? What is rap? Like what is?
What is pop in the trunk?
It was like mad questions that was like, wait a minute, that's what you know about people that look like me? That's what you know? I was like, nah. I can't do this, but I know this shit. I can't go to anybody unless you give a shit and say it to you, and then people are like, oh, fuck, I didn't even know the presentation was like that. Because for the most part, your presentation is for your fucking friends and shit. Like, it's not even, it's your homies and shit that be around in the beginning and be like 20 fucking people telling you how great you are.
Yeah.
And then after that, you got to go outside of that and somebody else on the outside that tells you, no, that's bullshit. No. They just like you because they like you. You're their friend. They hear their friend's voice on the song and then fucking ride. Yeah, they're going to play that shit every time, no matter what. But if it's really good and somebody outside is playing your shit, Good job. You doing something. Cause I'm cool with like all my music, man. I got some trash bullshit. That last Executives album, trash can juice.
Trash can juice. That's nasty.
You know what I'm saying? It was like all over the place. I was freestyling the whole goddamn album. Jamal fucking wrote a bunch of fire shit. We had a lot of good ass ideas, a lot of shit. But my verses were trash. I just got a lot of people to come out and scream for me because I'm me. You know what I mean? Just because I'm Game's friend. Yeah, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Lauren, fucking, her song is Come Here. That song is trash. Trash. The chorus is amazing. My verse, terrible. Jamal had the better verse on there. He's actually on topic. You know what I mean? But like, that kind of shit. Like, I had my friends telling me, bro, I like it. I dig it. It's cool as shit. Fucking do that. Nobody said, no, bro, sit down and write that for real. Don't do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nobody did that. So it ended up with this shit.
That's actually one of the biggest, I would say, there's probably the top 3 biggest misconceptions with the industry. And if you're not going to do it independently. So one of them, I would say the difference between a engineer and a producer is one of them. That's the biggest misconceptions. But also what you lead for me is, oh damn, I just lost my train of thought. Because I was reading the top 3, but also is like able to, not being attached to your work. Right. So being in the industry, you got to learn not to be attached to your work. So whatever you write, like I get what you're saying. Like you write, the first time you write it and everyone's like, damn, that's fire. Record that shit. Instead of like seeing it as if they weren't your friend, as a consumer, or, you know, being just testing your creativity. Like, nah, I know you're more talented to say something cooler than that. And nah, you know, and so you have to be able to write and not be attached to it, because when you're making music and your whole point is to, well, for one, if your whole point is to make money, or you're putting music, period. If you're putting music out there, period, to put out, you need to always keep in mind, whatever you write, it's no longer yours the moment you let it go. The moment you put it out there, it's not yours to dissect. It's not yours to judge. It's not yours. It's up to the people. That's what your whole point was, especially if you're out there to make money. So if everyone around you is saying, oh, that stuff's dope, you need to find someone that says no. Yeah. Because if there's someone that says no, you know, that's someone around the world, or someone just down the street, or a different kind of city that has a different vibe. Yeah, and it could just be like, nah, I just didn't, because you said how you said this, like that's too slang for me to know. I don't even know what that means, so I just think you're just saying gibberish, or I don't even know. I can't understand you when you're saying this word because you slur too much or something. Like there's things you have to work on to have a studio voice, because there's a difference between a performance voice, a studio voice, you know, all that. It's all different. You have to train yourself for that kind of stuff. So that's definitely one of the biggest misconceptions.
Yeah, man. Because I honestly, I learned that from recording that album. After we got done, we went and did shows with that bullshit. And
you got to repeat that stuff.
Yeah.
You got to repeat saying that stuff. Repeat saying that stuff. And you can hear yourself going more harder. Like, oh, I could go harder. Man, I can do a better verse. Like, but
I have done that. I've literally listened to the song like, oh my God, I got a whole new verse for this that would fucking destroy this. Right. You know what I mean? But like, no disrespect to the guys. Shout out to high score. Shout out to the guys. You know what I'm saying? 100%, man. But fuck, bro. Like we had a song called "I'm a Beast." My verse was trash, and it was the beginning of the song. It started off that way. When I went on stage and did it, Busy Bone, we opened the show with Busy Bone with that shit, and he was like, "That's how you perform." He enjoyed your performance more than he liked the fucking song. He just liked the way that we performed it. It made it sound like it made it feel like it was a big fucking deal when we were up there. But when we got out, like right now, I can play that whole shit and I'll cut it off right after the second song. Because the first song starts and I'm like, oh, hell no. And then the second one goes, and I'm like, all right, that's Come Here. That's the one. And I always listen to it because all my homegirls like this shit. All of them. Every one of them.
Well,
Dude, play the one.
that's another thing too. Like you gotta show your music off not to just friends, but to other artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like get feedback. Like that's something I did with my producer at the time because he used to be an artist. So that's obviously why I would be challenged because he would write and would write the raps back then. So when I would submit mine, he'd be like, nah, you can do better. I like this sentence. I like this sentence. I like how you said that, but the rest is trash. Keep the melody. Or it could be like, oh, how you did, huh? Like keep that. But the words, all trash. Start over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I don't know how many verses I've thrown away, man. I've thrown away a lot of verses, and like lately, not before. Before, I wasn't even writing. I just go in the booth because I thought I was the shit. I thought I was Lil Wayne. We go in there and just fucking say, because every time I did, everybody would be like, yo, he fucking.
Which is true. No, but which is true. Yeah, which may be true. Lil Wayne goes in and just freestyles, but they don't tell you that he's in there for like 8-10 hours of him just freestyling and hearing himself freestyle and then doing another take and him just, and then he's freestyling, but that end product was after like 10-12 hours of just freestyling and finding the hottest one. Not like stepping in there and literally doing it on like 5 takes and you're done. No, it wasn't like
that. Doesn't happen. That is, and you get some. You get some, but it's very rare you're not gonna get like 7 in a row. That's not happening.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, you
get 7 in a row. You are a fucking beast. And I like Eminem, but I don't know if Eminem got 7 in a fucking row. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Oh shit! But yeah, listen. One thing I have to say is, oh fuck, one more thing before I almost get out of here. T.I. versus 50 Cent. Who we got?
As far as the better hit, better album,
like the battles, like the versus battles we've been seeing out lately.
Oh, I haven't gotten a chance to see them yet. I heard about them.
They didn't do it yet. They were T.I. called 50. I know 50 not gonna do it, but if they did,
50 will do it if the money's right.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's no money.
Because it's just like if you treat it like a Mayweather fight, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we're gonna trade verses. Mm-hmm. You know, what is your verse versus my worth? If we're gonna combine on a project, then let's see what the royalties looks like. So I think if the money is right, 50 doesn't care if his verse wins or loses. He just wants to get that money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it's the battle. It's the battle, like the one they've been having with like fucking Babyface and Teddy Riley and shit. Like where they got 20 songs versus 20 songs. Have you heard about this shit?
Oh.
Yeah. The 20 versus 20.
I'm thinking a whole nother different kind of setup. Okay.
Nelly made me laugh so fucking hard. And then he started playing shit nobody heard of. It was the funniest shit ever. It was the funniest shit in the world. Fucking Teddy Riley had a whole production out there. He bought the fucking keyboard. He had a fat ass dancing nigga in the back. He had everything. He was ready. No fucking Wi-Fi. The funniest shit in the world. I swear to God. You just see a choppy ass fat black man in the back just dancing his ass off. No, he hot. Long sleeve jeans on. No, his ass not there.
Who do you got and why do you choose them?
Between T.I. and 50?
Yeah.
I say T.I. Only because I fucks with 50. But if I'm gonna go off of like the music and the whole body of work of every album, I think T.I.
If they go 20 for 20.
20 for 20.
You think
T.I. has one album that might not make it, but they got like 2 songs on it. Because
you're telling me the guy that was produced and chosen by Marshall Mathers.
I know.
Dre,
it's disrespectful as hell.
Aftermath is gonna lose To T.I.?
He's gonna win until Get Rich, Die Trying cut off.
You didn't like The
That
Massacre?
was
You didn't
good.
like The Massacre?
Curtis
The
was ass.
Massacre was a cold album.
Curtis was ass. Curtis was
The
ass.
The Massacre was a cold album.
Yeah, that's the first two. After that was Curtis. That Curtis bullshit. Shouldn't even put that out.
What
Trying
is
to
it?
argue with Kanye. No,
Self-Destruct, I think was one of them.
that was like a couple years ago.
Okay, then. No 20 for 20. No, I'm picking 50 all day. Like 50 made. I don't know. He just like made it more commercial.
Yeah.
Ti made it cool. But I mean, 50 Cent, like he made not only that, his album was also on a movie that did successful, soundtracked album.
Yeah. No, I get that.
It was successful.
But I'm listening to, I went yesterday because I wanted to make sure I wasn't tripping. I went through a whole T.I. moment and just listened to the albums, listened to the music. And for me, like I said, I fucks with 50. I'm with the first two albums 100%. But once you stop if you pick anything from Curtis, it's a wrap. I can't do it. And I like Akon's I Still Will Kill. I like the fucking Justin Timberlake Technology song they got on there. He had a couple little joints on there, but it was not fire. Then after that, he had, I don't know what the fuck, there's other shit going on. But it wasn't
See,
fire.
that's where I think you're also forgetting that I think it was Jeremiah and 50 Cent.
Jeremiah, yeah.
That song, you're also forgetting that went viral also on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with that whole video viral and that guy doing it. So that song took off as well. Was a big hit. I think more people would know that song than T.I. Like the last album, I can say I liked, I enjoyed from T.I. was Paper Trails. I had Paper Trails.
Paper Trail? Okay.
I think that's what the album called, Paper Trail.
I respect it. Cause Paper Trail was fire, but that last one, the Dime Trap was fire.
Dime Trap was nice too.
That was stupid, man. Yes. Like, but we have to include mixtape joints, right? Because 50 had Disco Inferno and shit. Like, he had some shit.
Yeah.
50 was viral before viral was the thing. I remember Disco Inferno.
Not to mention the songs that 50 did with like Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah, Jada dissed the shit out of him for that. I remember Jada Kiss telling him, I did real songs with Big, no made up shits.
But I think T.I. did a song with Tupac. I think they allowed him to do a feature.
Wait a minute. First of all, that album is trash. Trash. That fucking Pac's Life bullshit, no, yeah. That was that bullshit Murder Inc. tried to put out there, and had this stupid ass fucking Pac's Life song. Fuck that. That album was bullshit, and Murder Inc. need their ass whooped for that. They need their ass whooped for that, just like Ja Rule needed his ass whooped for the stupid ass commercial that happened.
Sidebar: do you think there should be another Tupac album?
No. Nope, we're done. We're done with Pac.
We're done.
They do another Pac album, it'll be all the verses we've already heard, my man.
We're letting Pop go.
It'll just be fucking Are You Still Down Part 2 and shit. Like, it'll just be the same shit. We don't need it again. We don't need it. And another reason why we don't need another Pac album or big album is because the generations are older. They're all like my.
What's the new generation? What's our generation, Pac and Biggie? Would you say T.I. is a Pac generation?
No, because T.I. was when I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? And he went up until now. That was 2004. He came out 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
He didn't start bumping until like 2003 when the trap music happened. And then like 2002, 2003, trap music happened. And then he went. But he had that whole I'm Serious album, man. He had like 3 joints on it. So I remember listening to it, but I ain't like it because I had got used to the T.I. that started happening. And he didn't sound like that nigga. That nigga sound like he was at the trap for real at the house. And then as years went on, T.I.'s super Georgia ass accent spread out a little bit.
Brings me up a good question. Like, which artist do you think? I don't want to say sell out. I don't think sell out is the right thing to say. But which artist do you think sold out to that, like switching over to that frame of performance? For example, like you just gave with Ti, like he was rapping one certain way, but once he found that niche or that gimmick to perform or to put out there, he that's what he did. Another example that I always bring up is Pitbull. I was a big fan. I am a big fan of Pitbull. And before he was Mr. Worldwide, Pitbull was a cold motherfucker.
I remember. He used to get every Lil Jon song. I remember.
Dude had bars. Dude had some bars.
Yeah, he was quick too.
Yeah. But once he made Culo and he had those party songs, done.
I mean, what do you say to that? Like, what do you say to?
Hey, you're right. You're right. Hey, if it happened with me,
who was before him?
Right.
He had fucking Enrique, fucking like who else was before him? Because
I mean, there was DJ Laz, there was Chingo Bling, even though he didn't get enough recognition, but shout out Chingo Bling.
Yeah.
You had Latin.
Because
I mean, of course you had Fat Joe. You had Fat Joe. You had Fat Joe and Big Pun.
Yeah. But it passed already. But I'm with you.
I mean, and then you got to dip like, because there's been Nori.
Yeah, I found out about him late. I didn't even know about him till
Nori.
Or whatever that song is. I was like, oh shit, all right. Hey,
I mean, there's still Cypress Hill. Like, there's some.
Yeah.
But how he did it, like no one did it how he did it.
No
one took over that lane or made that lane like that man did, Mr. World.
No, I think he made that a lane and then took it.
I can't wait for the Vegas special when he signs a residence in Vegas and it's Mr. Worldwide live in Vegas. Man. Can you imagine?
He's gonna 60, be with all grades.
60-year-old Pitbull getting it up there in that suit, still getting it. You know what I mean?
That's gonna be funny as shit, man. Yeah. I believe that's gonna be funny as shit. Pitbull with all
calling it right now, Mr. Worldwide tour. I'm telling you, at Vegas.
It's gonna be funny as shit. He gonna have the coldest suit on, but the oldest man in it. Oh man, no man, I hear you though, because I understand that, but for me, the artists who get a chance to do that, like you said, like T.I. or Pitbull, like Pitbull was special. Pitbull didn't even know that shit was coming. You know what I'm saying? He didn't see that shit coming. When he saw it, he was like, what the fuck? And he decided, I'm not talking to these niggas no more. I'm not talking to these guys no more. I'm done talking.
For me, I took that as such a, oh man, because like, he was such a cold Latino to be rapping.
Yeah,
and I thought
he was super sick.
Not finally, but I was like, man, now we got a new coming rapper that can take over the game, that can challenge like Jay-Z and all that kind of stuff. But he stuck with that. I mean, all power to him. Like I said, if it happened to me and all I had to do was rap girls shaking their booties and all that, then hey,
that's what would make anybody just ass in here. All right,
yeah,
we're doing this today. Yeah. There wouldn't be no whole thing. So I think I don't think he saw that shit coming. T.I. on the other hand, I think T.I. was in a way destined to go that way. Because yes, he was, and in a way still, that guy is still there. Let's not act like Pitbull and T.I. aren't still those guys. Those are still part of it. But I think everybody, like anybody else, everybody got to a certain point and a certain level in their life where it was time to fucking get the fuck. It's like, dog, what am I doing? Why? For what? You know what I mean? It was even me. I got to a point where I was like, why am I doing this? For who? Why?
Yeah.
Who am I impressing? None of those fucking people are here right now. Everybody who was in my life that was like super like on some bullshit and wanted me to prove myself and shit, I can't find none of those fuckers. None of them. You know what I mean? But shit, I'm still here and I grew up, so obviously something worked out. You know what I mean? So when I see T.I., Pitbull, David Banner, all these people, I see them and I have to remember they come from whatever the fuck, if it's a real thing, they come from this, they got some paper, they got Hollywood, had a good ass time. Everybody enjoy themselves when they get a couple dollars. Everybody. You give a homeless person $20, they go buy 3 beers, 2 Black and Milds, and something to eat. Easy.
That brings up another misconception about being in the game.
Yeah.
Is as far as music, it's all temporary, and each one is temporary. Like your hit, it's only going to keep you there for so long, and each one, you got to keep pumping it out. Like people think, oh, once I make it, that's it, I'm in it. Which is, yeah, you make a hit song, sure, you can collect some paper, but if you want to live that life of Jay-Z and Kanye, you got to it's just constant work. It's not like easy, like that kind of stuff.
You have to do it. You have to be all the way down. And that's one of the main issues that a lot of people don't have. Everybody wants to, they kind of wait for somebody to start something and then show up and be like, hey man, I'll give you more time. Let's love the shit out of you. Do this for me. They want you to, people genuinely, I've noticed it's not a lot of leaders. It's a lot of people just following motherfuckers. They got food over there, we all going over there. You know what I mean? It's just following and shit. You find some shit and then let me copy it, do that shit over and over and over. We haven't had too many people do genre breaking things or just restart anything or make anything this magnificent shit happen because everybody's trying to be like the last 3 guys that been here.
That's actually the one thing I'm not liking with some of the new Latin music. I mean, there's a lot of good hits out there, but some of the ones that are number ones now are a lot of remake songs, and they use like remake beats, and they just make it like reggaeton or they make it bachata style. And yeah, it's cool to hear that, but man, we're so much more talented for that to be on top of the charts. That's just like, come on. That's the only thing that bugs me about some of the hit songs that are out right now. They're just remakes. Like in the Mexican and Latino culture, like we have so much more to give than just remake songs that into
the same damn thing, bro. We had whole decade, all of the late 90s and early 2000s was just remakes of everything.
Shout out Puff Daddy, that boy.
Goddamn Diddy. We're making people walk for a fucking cake and shit to come back and remix some bullshit that's already happened.
Even Dr. Dre did it when he was with NWA.
Hey, everybody had the moment. I think if it's tasteful and it's respectful, it's cool. When it becomes your pattern and your back-to-back thing, the only thing you can go to, when it becomes the thing you go back to when you're trying to reach back and fix some shit, no, that shouldn't be it. And that's what I mean by people are taking the easy route. They're following. They'll easily take, people to just listen to somebody talk about the Bible and take like 2 sentences out of it and be like, yeah, I feel like that. Like, it's not really that hard. It's really not that hard. Nobody's thinking about it. You can watch The Matrix and pick a whole scene and put that as an intro to your fucking song, and then the song won't even make sense to the shit, but it'll have a beat like The Matrix. Right now, I have a beat. Right now. No lie. I should send it to you because I need help trying to figure out what the hell to do with this shit. But it is legit the Terminator. The fucking Terminator song. And I mean, this shit knocks shit out the car. It hits. This shit hits. Can't just put no shit to it because it's a fucking Terminator song. I could give that to somebody and be like, bro, help me we can figure this shit out. And they don't come in here with some fuckery that has nothing to fucking do. It's Terminator, bro. And they'll come here and talk about I smoked 3 blunts and these bitches and them stitches and bullshit that has nothing to fucking do. And to make this beat look like shit. No, sir.
Right.
I can't have just anybody listen to this shit. So I prefer to meet and deal with people that don't fucking move like that. Because I can't deal with this shit. I can't fuck with it. If it's not authentically, the way it makes you feel a way. If
Right.
it
No,
makes
I
you
feel
feel
that.
this way, it should I want everybody else to feel what I'm feeling when I feel this. Not a bunch of random ass bullshit that's
Right.
just thrown in here. That needs you to
And
feel what I'm saying.
that's why I say, if we just make it its own genre, you can go out there and say, hey, I'm looking for a rapper, and you'll get rappers instead of rappers. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if we make it its own genre, it could fix so much problems. Like, oh, bro, you rap? Oh, but you a bubble rapper?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know what to expect, and I can be like, yo, I'm looking for a bubble rapper.
Right.
Boom, you can get those for days. I got you, bubble rappers. Like, if it could be its own, I'm gonna start that hashtag bubble rappers.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we can make it its own genre, it could fix so much problems. Cause I get you, like, man, you go out there, man, I got this hard ass beat, hard ass song. Anybody want to rap? Let's get this. And then you get a flood of these people like, yo, I'm fire, put me on there. Yo, I'm cold, let me tear that beat up. Yo, bro, I got you. And it's all bubble rappers.
It's terrible.
You know what I mean?
And I need people, because I have an issue. I just like doing songs with people because I had a tendency to piss other motherfuckers off because I show up with some shit. So when I show up with some shit, I fucking mean it. So usually I go in there and rap some shit, and then the motherfucker's like, yo, man, I didn't know we was fucking, okay. I didn't know we was coming like that. I wasn't ready for that. And usually,
Yeah.
even if I'm working with somebody who has a slower cadence and an easier way of going about it, I can still work with you because I can do the slower cadence, I can do the speed up shit, I can slow it down and then speed up 3 seconds into it and then go back to slow. Like I figured out how to just annihilate shit in a way that works for anybody that pulls up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
right.
I think that's one of my problems is I've done it, so now I expect fucking everybody else to do this shit too. That's probably just me. You know what I mean? But definitely something I think as just people and artists need to be thinking about. They need to put that together. We need some real life shit. We cannot afford to keep lying to each other. We cannot afford black, brown, whoever the fuck. We cannot keep lying to each other. There are 30-year-olds out here still pretending to be 22. That's fucking ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It makes no fucking sense. None at all. You know what I mean? So
it's I think it's just different presentation, bro. It's like, you know, growing up, like I think if you watch like Jay-Z or even Kanye, because I mean they're much older, but they're still like the top of fashion or what you want to be as far as showing out like that. And they've evolved that kind of thing. Like they've actually taken it from what it was, that flashy stuff, to more of like professional flashy, like classy investment kind of look. And it's like if you're gonna be still about that stuff, at least show some development of what you looking like, of what you, and not
some
like you
progression.
still
You
doing
did
the same
something.
stuff. Yeah, like there's some progression.
Yeah, man. That's what we need. I think in general, in the hip hop community in general, we need that. We'll have to get to everything else later, but we got to start telling the truth to ourselves. First, to your damn self. Stop lying to you are. You look you in the face and say, bitch, no sir.
you turn that selfie camera on and you look yourself in the eyes.
Right in the windows of your own soul, and you tell yourself, fucking tighten up, get this shit together. You know what I mean? And if you can do that to yourself, then you can do that to anybody else outside. I understand music isn't necessarily always about real. There's always gonna be some fantasy shit in everything. It's always gonna be. I got fantasy shit too. I got all kind of shit for you. But throughout everything, at some point, the OGs and the grown-ups need to step to somebody and say, man, that's not the answer. That's not it. Why are you doing that? And instead, we let motherfuckers fuck everything up. And then when they fuck up, they make us look fucking crazy. How many fucking people remember Chingy? Hey.
I mean, Chingy is another underrated talent.
I hated that motherfucker with a passion. I did not.
Really?
Nope. No, sir.
He had
Hwan Song. And they remixed the Hwan Song. That's it. All that I'm a baller, but bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. That Jackpot album was some fuckery.
Yeah, he was I see it as he was a talent that was just put in the wrong frame. Like
yeah, he
I think,
was.
like
That
I
nigga
see it
was
as
trash.
it's like he had a distinct voice and he could rap. Like that's all that we knew about him. So then this DTP was like, all right, you got a distinct voice, you can at least rap. Here's a structure of a character that we want you to portray as. Do that, and that just was not him.
It was not it. He was trying to make a Nelly at DTP. He get the fuck out of here and just call Nelly. Just call Nelly.
Man.
Just call
You know,
him.
I heard
you anyway, Ludacris. You Luda.
I was watching an interview with Jermaine Dupri, and at one point he could have signed Nelly just right after his prime and like helped Nelly restructure him as an artist.
You talking about after Country Grammar? Or you talking about later Nelly? You talking about Sweatsuit?
No, I'm talking like during Country Grammar Nelly.
Okay. I'm about to say because Sweatsuit Nelly was having some problems.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like during that time, there was an opportunity to get signed by So Def.
Yeah, he should do that because he killed it. He was the king of late nights. He was the king of BET Uncut, fam. Everybody saw Tip Drill, fam, several times. I stayed up till 3 o'clock just to watch the stupid ass video what that thing smell like and fucking Tip Drill. I stayed up for them 2 videos. After that, I went to bed. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man. Nelly killed that shit them first 2 albums. He had Saint Lunatics. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. And then Tip Drill. And then after that, I don't know what the fuck happened. He had the Bad Boys 2 soundtrack.
Yeah.
With them. He had after that, I don't know. It was the 2 double album Sweatsuit shit that got weird.
Yeah.
You didn't know if you fuck with him or not. And then I left him all the way. And next time I heard him, he had 2 country boys singing in the song. I hadn't seen him since then. I think he had to sing a song called "It Was All a Dream," but I ain't fuck with that.
Yeah.
His Shanti broke up. Yep.
His most recent music, I don't know what the fuck happened to Nelly.
Bro,
I don't know what he's thinking.
I promise you.
I don't know what. But that's not it, bro.
Did you
like
try?
I still have faith.
Did you try?
Did I try what?
Did you try to listen to the new Nelly album?
Oh yeah, I did. I did. Because I get that he's trying to be relevant, and because the whole point is, at this point, you want to be the first to do something, right. Especially if you're a seasoned artist. Just be the next this. Drake is just good at doing that because he's just fucking Drake. But so I get that Nelly is trying to be the first of something, and I guess I can hear him saying that, hey, there's a market for this. It just hasn't been really tapped, which I get, and it's getting close to being tapped in, but more on the countryside. Like the countryside is now finding some rapping style country singers more that love country, but so that they're starting to tap into that too. So I get where Nelly's going, but bro, that's not it.
Bro,
that's
they had Cowboy Troy. They had. I heard Cowboy Troy. Cowboy Troy was weird as shit.
But there's a market for it. There's a market for it in there.
Real quick question: do you think Nelly was the first Drake?
Oh, I have heard this before, and yes, I agree. Like, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. I believe if Nelly was just better produced after those hit albums, after the first 2 or 3, like if he was just better produced or under a better camp, just like Justin Timberlake went to Timberland, like if he would have made that right choice, if he would have made that right signing, Nelly would have gone 20 for 20 against Drake.
Yeah. Okay. Because I feel like Nelly opened the window, and with Pimp Juice was my shit. I used to wake up in the morning every day getting up to that shit. I thought I was fly as shit. I had nothing. It was terrible. This ugly, just faded shit. It was terrible. But Pimp Juice was my jam. That was my jam. But all right, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good time. Been hanging with the homie. Man, it's a good time seeing you. If you got anything, any way that people can find you, can see you, let them know where to find you. What's going on?
As always, you can follow the channel, the handles Sticka Mike, Sticka Mike, Sticka Mike. You can hashtag it. I'm on all the platforms. That's where you can find me.
Yes, sir. All right, man. As usual, I'm Cide Kazama, of course, War and Peace 2-0. Still in here getting it together, man. I know it's been a minute, but I'm here. I got control of this now. Now it's over. So we will definitely see you another time for sure. We're going to definitely have to run this back more than once, my man, for sure. It's good seeing you, man. Tell everybody else what's going on. Pass the love. Spread it. Shout out to everybody else who else is involved with the channel and with the team, man. We love you, and we hope to see you back soon. Y'all take it easy. Ciao.